Hey, we're back.
Hello.
Hey.
We are
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
still
Good.
alive.
Still hanging in there. That's good.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
good. I didn't see any nods or anything.
I've been so busy I haven't even changed clothes since last time.
Yeah. That's well, backgrounds change more than
Oh.
Oh,
anything.
yeah, we're going to somebody else's. Yeah. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to Madame Tuvari, so I need
Oh,
something
nice.
cozy. Yeah.
It's definitely cozy.
So yeah, we had a fun episode last time with some vampiric myths that you guys dispatched fairly easily.
So can I say, Brokos, that I love your moonbeam spell? It's a great spell. But this might be the battle where it was really not so helpful sometimes.
Well, just once.
That's
And
what I loved about it.
I healed him, so
I got
You
that
blasted. You almost blasted the priest too, though.
eh,
already.
Yeah, he was close. He had like 2 hit points left, I think.
it's
or
the
something.
yin and yang of life. You just have to ride that wave.
Oh, you're one of those druids.
I
Okay.
am. Well, I just kept to remind you, I am a 16-year-old druid. I am going to make so many mistakes, and I love to get to play a character who just screws up.
Don't tick off our 16-year-old listeners, man. That's not cool.
Well, I still screw up to this day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I know you do.
I knew that was coming. I saw that softball all the way from the mound.
The banter is strong this week. So yeah, it was. I thought it was cool actually. That it was just like con save after con save. Either I was saving for the moonbeam, or I was doing something for Triss had done something too, or I needed to save.
Smite.
Yeah, the smite, and yeah, it was kind of a strange battle, but I enjoyed it, and hopefully all the people out there will enjoy it. It was pretty much dominated by that fight the whole episode, which we haven't done in a long time. I don't think, not that I can recall. Probably not this season.
We're getting up there in levels, so.
Yeah. Speaking of levels, you guys should now be level 4.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah, for sure. Level 4 after that battle with the vampiric mists, after finding the passage from the Book of Skulls, despite Kragar's efforts to the contrary. Sorry, Kragar. And yeah, you guys are now level 4. So feel the power flow through you. And enjoy that. Did anyone do anything fun with their level 4 powers that I should know about so that I can counteract them?
No, I just bumped up
That's
my
why
wisdom.
I'm not going to tell you.
But the listeners need to know. I know Triss had something fun planned, right?
Yes, I guess it's fun. I have Triss has manifested an aberrant dragon mark.
Nice.
That
Is it itchy?
No, it's not itchy, but it does whisper to me.
that's not creepy at all, Triss.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all.
Not creepy at all. I'd probably prefer the whispering over an itch, to be honest. But
yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
2 a.m. I don't need any more whispers. So then
can't quite figure out what it's saying, so it's just kind of this. Yeah.
Kill them all. No, that's cool. We can work with that, and I'm excited. Anyone else take anything cool? Anything new?
Took some new spells. I rejiggered my spells, but
no, I get to swim now, turn into a swimming creature.
But,
and we're on an island,
that's
so
useful.
Peace.
Yeah.
Broco's out.
A fair point. I mean,
right. He could just.
I just took the dex gain, so I now have an 18 dex.
Nice.
So I've got the boost to hit damage and AC.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, you're not a slouch in the hitting department.
Yeah, believe it or not, before now, my charisma was merely a 16.
Wow.
Now it's an 18.
Yeah.
Wow.
You've always felt like it was an 18, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a bit wiser. After
Nice.
yesterday, I just wised up. Aylar had
Well-
a talk with me, and I just wised up.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what happens. You're 16 and,
Mhm.
you listen to your parents, you listen to your elders, and then good things happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he's like an idol to me. I mean, he's right. I mean, he's like the first season American Idol. He's like the Kelly Clarkson of
Wow.
Vagrant.
the
And
Kelly
now I'm like,
Clarkson.
I'm like, well, who's the other guy that was like second with
Yeah.
the fluffy hair?
Oh, yeah. What was that guy's name?
Exactly. That's Aylar.
Justin. Yes.
Justin. Yeah.
Justin.
Sorry, Justin.
Oh, because they
if you're
made
out there
that
listening.
horrible movie.
Never saw it.
Oh, that's right. They did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then I don't think he was ever seen again. I don't know.
Or great movie if you're fans.
Yeah. Maybe.
At least I can't think of ever seeing him anywhere.
I honestly don't know if I would recognize him today. So it's been that long. We're talking like how many decades ago was that?
Oh, it's gonna seem like yesterday, but it wasn't.
That was 2003.
Was
Oh,
it?
Yeah,
gosh, 17 years.
17 years ago. Justin
Wow.
Guarini.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I realized I probably shouldn't, but now
We're
Yeah, we're a little wandering
because
here.
meanwhile he's probably like some famous actor, and I have no idea.
Producer or something. Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
He was
Well, if you're
about to
listening,
fund our
Justin.
podcast. Yeah.
I'm sure. If he's got nothing better to do right now, this is where he's at. But yeah, well, we just once again dated ourselves, and at least we're not talking about the Charlie Chaplin or something. We could go way back in time, but we're not quite that old, people. Despite if you're watching YouTube, this is blonde. I'm blonde, not gray.
Okay.
It's blonde highlights.
You paid for one of those expensive silver dye jobs.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's working for me, I think.
Yeah.
So welcome to episode 24. I'm just going to throw that out there before we start rambling anymore about how old I am. And we are ready for episode 24. Is that correct? Level
Yeah.
4s.
Sure,
Yep.
sure,
Everyone's
yeah.
good to
We're
go.
ready.
And thank you all for listening. Thank you for putting up with our mindless banter before the episode actually starts. And we hope you're all doing safe and well out there. And remember, you can help us keep this podcast going by becoming a patron. You can go to patreon.com and / Dungeon Patrol, or go to dungeonpatrol.com and click on the Patreon button.
Please do it so Jerry can get a new curtain. Please.
Yeah, we've been waiting a whole season for him to actually get some sort of backdrop, but no.
No.
Yeah, I gotta do something. I next time I'll try to change things up for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be
Promises, Jerry.
my promise. Yeah, and I won't even demand Patreon support to make that happen. It'll just happen. But if you want to contribute, feel free. Otherwise, we'll go to Aylar's wonderful recap that I'm just dying to hear right now.
Alar and the Gravediggers fought off the vampiric mists that were summoned when the priests of Gowron failed in their sacred duties. Brother Ronan gave them the passage that they came for, which, if he'd given it to them sooner, would have saved them all a lot of pain. The passage led to yet another puzzle to be solved over tea and cookies back at Madame Tuvari's. Next on Dungeon Patrol.
Nice. And only one correction. Again, the god names, Galros.
Oh, sorry.
I think you said Gowron, which is Klingon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, of course I would know that. So you guys did leave and head to Madame Tuvari's. And it's getting dark. And as you approach, you notice the door is slightly ajar.
Oh no.
Fearing the worst, you approach quietly. And I will assume that you're all trying to be stealthy as you approach Madame Tuvari's, or not.
Jerry, I will quit. I will quit this podcast.
And then there were 3.
Oh, man.
That's the line, Jerry. You
I
didn't
just
wait
am about to cross it.
This close, Jerry.
Fearing the worst, you enter quietly, only to find Madame Tuvari quietly humming to herself as she sweeps the floor with an old broom that appears to be leaving behind more debris than it can gather in its thin, fragile bristles. She startles a bit as she notices your return, but recovers quickly. Her shock turns to dismay as she squints at the 4 of you and realizes that none of you match the lanky frame of her grandson, Joffrey. Joffrey, she says with a questioning tone.
Oh, Graham.
Graham.
Mm.
It will be okay.
She sobs a little bit and finally kind of gets herself back under control and sighs. And a crazy old woman should never outlive her children, and definitely not her grandbabies. Poor Joffrey. He was mixed up in all sorts of intrigue. He worked for the Baron, you know. He was a very important messenger.
Well, he's delivered his final message to us.
Oh, you found something then?
Yes, but it is encoded, and we must seek to unravel this mystery.
Oh, yes. He did deliver these coded messages, and he'd retrieved the cipher from someplace else. I probably told you all this. I think it's usually just one word, like a key, that would allow him or whoever he was bringing the message to decrypt it. You said it was some kind of position code. That means anything to you? Apparently not. So
I mean, from a high level, yes.
So she has a bunch of notes, and some of them you've maybe seen or glimpsed, but if you guys spend some time before you take your rest for the evening to try to figure out the code and what was done, I will let you roll an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So are we all individually rolling, or can we like?
I would say whoever's
the highest person.
Yeah, probably the highest person. Someone can aid, so you can do it with advantage.
Who's got?
I'm going to go investigate those biscuits.
Who's our best investigator? I've got a +2.
It's not me.
Not me. I'm a +1. That would be you.
Wow. Okay, that happened. So if everybody aids, then I would get advantage on it, basically.
Yeah.
Wow, that's still not promising with a +2. Okay. We have some weaknesses in our party. And I rolled a pair of 6s.
Oh.
So that would be an 8.
Perhaps we could get some sleep and rest our minds and come back at it tomorrow morning.
Maybe you are just a little too weary to tackle this.
So, Jerry, I have to ask you, is this an actual code that we as players could solve potentially, or is this just an arbitrary thing?
And it's an actual code. You can definitely solve it if you...
Don't you rogues speak in some kind of silly language? It's...
So what was that phrase? It was eternal rest be yours, something.
Spirits of the damned.
What?
Eternal rest be yours, spirits of the damned.
Spirits of the damned. Cool.
Yeah. I'm not. I'm not holding out a lot of hope for you finding it that way, but
Wow.
um, I think you guys can enjoy some biscuits,
Okay. Let's have
and
biscuits.
Triss can get her rest in and get her hit points back.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, so right, technically speaking, right, we showed up, we tried to figure it out, we went to sleep, we leveled up, right? And
Mhm.
then
Mm-hmm.
try it again
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I will let you try it again in the morning. Sure.
when we're feeling wiser and more dexterous.
Refreshed in general. Yeah, for sure.
And charismatic.
Mm.
The charisma is going to help for sure.
You've got this, Kragar.
I mean, it could if he did inspiration.
Boom. Done.
I could give guidance, but it doesn't stack. But guidance will give you a D4.
So D6 or D4,
D6.
your choice.
Well, I mean, the D6 sounds better. Like,
Well, you can do it for this one, and if you don't, then you because I can cast guidance as a cantrip.
so
whenever
you could
There you go.
you could
All
aid
day
me
long.
and inspire me.
Yes.
Surely, I could figure it out at that point.
Okay. So we'll say that you guys rest through the night. You do wake up with your new level 4 powers and feel wonderful. The biscuits, everything that she's been able to provide in this comfy, warm home of hers. And when you wake up, she's got tea already brewing, and things are looking pretty good right now.
All right, I'll just feel like I had a dream about it, and I'll go sit on the table and be like, I think I've got it now.
Oh no. The head down laughing is not a good sign in this case.
I rolled a 3 and a 5. So 5 plus 2 plus 2 is only going to be a 9.
This is why we do not have the bugbear figure things out for us.
Someone else like to
Well,
try?
apparently I'm the best at it. So
Yeah, actually.
shocking.
You know, we've just been taking your word on that, so no.
Trust me, guys, I'm really good.
So should somebody else give it a
I
try?
will investigate this.
And I will cast
Surely.
guidance upon you.
There's
Okay.
some guidance. Can I aid? I will aid.
I'm
Okay.
just going to walk away in frustration, head down.
Okay, so that would be 15.
15. All right. So you look through the notes and you manage to realize after some lengthy period of time, everyone else is having breakfast and doing their
These
thing, and
biscuits are good.
yeah, and you're just like totally fixated on this for some reason, Elar, and you do manage to realize that the code relies on a keyword, as Tyra told you, and you believe that keyword is the first word in the passage that you discovered in the Temple of Death.
Okay.
And so eternal would be the
Mhm.
key. And with that, you manage to decipher the code.
Hmm.
Just barely. And I'll see if I can share that with you now. Encoded messages.
Once again, our fate rested squarely upon my shoulders, and I did it.
You did it.
That's why he spent so much time on it, because it was a question of his vanity.
Probably. You just had to show someone up, I think.
Mhm.
I will take Alar's biscuits since he doesn't seem to
No,
want them.
no. Oh, Brokos.
But
They're getting cold. I wouldn't want them to get cold.
Graham loves me best anyway.
Yeah, she's going to give you an extra little pat on the head and a pinch in the cheek when you figure it out.
Oh,
Wasn't that good, dear?
that's worth 5 biscuits.
Yeah. She's kind of sweet on you anyway, since you look like her Joffrey.
Mhm.
So the first message that you had Supposedly these came in order, and Graham was able to help you figure out which order they came in. And the first one you believe says, agents compromised, clean house immediately. The second note says, Durham twins to battle soon.
Well, we knew that.
And the third note says, Corps flees north with remaining army. Arrival 2 weeks.
And this is information that was coming in.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Baron's agents in the city, you have to assume that maybe some of them retrieved these messages some other way. But this is what the Baron's team inside the city would have received most recently.
So are there any messages that came that Joffrey never picked up?
She has Graham has been out there every night since and has not received any other messages. So perhaps something else happened. Perhaps.
So what was she flashing to the keep when we caught her?
Just basically a code to indicate that she was ready to receive.
Okay.
So this is kind of the latest info. So you know that Kaz and Core, the brother-sister twins of this Durham family, they were going to battle. They have sort of filled in the vacuum for power in Drummondor since Eldzik apparently has passed away somewhere. And so they had their battle, and apparently Kor lost. So the son or brother lost the battle to his sister, and he is fleeing north with the remaining army.
And when you say north, what do we think? Like north back to where we're at, or north
Yes.
in the country?
Yep. I think Vadrigan, from what you learned from Piers, would be the natural spot for whoever the loser was, if they managed to escape, to regroup. Because the city is very defensible and has a nice port and everything.
The city, but they'd have to try to occupy the city.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they could just go right into the Dreadgate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're, they would presumably be, allies already. And right now the Baron doesn't have the men or resources to take back the city. But perhaps in 2 weeks' time, he will.
And I assume the Dreadgate is, I mean, they could, it's like a keep or something. So if the Baron didn't open his gates to that army, they'd be left between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Yep. They would probably get smashed on the walls of the Dreadgate, because eventually, you have to assume that Kaz would be coming for her brother, put an end to him.
And it's 2 weeks from, do we have a sense of what the dates were? 2
Good
weeks
question.
from when?
Yeah.
Yeah, this latest note, based on what you know, that was the last note before you first met up at Madame Tuvari's. So however long you guys have spent dealing with this.
But he had been gone for how many days? Like
3
she was
days.
missing him 3 days. Okay.
Yep. So this
So
is kind of
5
roughly,
days.
yeah,
Week ago.
Yeah, I would say the note is accurate within like the last 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
So we have little over a week to take the Dread Gate.
Fun. Yeah. That's what you know for now.
Okay.
So what do you think? We take a boat, head out?
Well, one of you can swim, so just gone. Brokos,
Yep.
drop the mic out of here.
Well, Brokos, if you can assume dolphin form, I could ride on your back.
That is a good look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right off into the sunset.
How about a shark? I think you look cooler on a shark.
That would be pretty sweet. You don't mess with a bard on the back of a shark.
No, you don't.
It's one of the rules I was told growing up.
That's right.
So yeah, good job. You guys managed to decode the messages. And now you know a little bit more. Yeah, Alar managed to decode the messages.
Thank you.
Well, I loosened the pickle jar.
Right.
Got the juices
You taught me all the
flowing.
ways. You taught me all the ways not to decode it. That was good.
Yeah, I was hung up on like the first letter of every word, and then trying to like.
That's where I would have started too. So it's cool, man.
And once I proved that was not it, you were like, "Well, let's just do the first word."
Yeah.
Is that how he said it?
Exactly. That's exactly how you did it.
So just for your reference, I believe that code is called a columnar transpositional code. So if you want to, Wikipedia that and use it in your own games, you can. And there are actually tools out there that smart people have made to encode words and things like that using that method. So it was pretty fun.
Dungeon Patrol, elucidating and delighting.
That's right.
Let's be honest, we make people way dumber than we do make them smarter most of the time. So got to give something back.
And
anything
that's
else that you're doing?
A little factoid to grow on.
It was an after-school special.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
So what now? We should probably go tell.
Who? There's no leader here. Like,
well, the largest individual force is going to be the people we're working for. All right.
How do we rally the city to take the Dread Gate?
It's a good question. I think there's
don't know, but perhaps Wolf Canute can help make use of this information.
All right. So you guys want to head back to Horncliffe and the vineyard?
Graham, I fear we must take your leave. This is our last chance to save this city before it is invaded.
And she kind of smiles at you and she's like, so going to help the Baron like my Joffrey, eh? Well, I wish you all the best. I have some biscuits made that you can take with you. Now, where are you headed exactly?
It may be best if we don't tell you in case others come.
For your own safety.
Oh, that's nice of you. I'm just an old woman, though. You don't have to worry about me. But I'll say if you want to leave High Cobble, you do it just as quickly as you can. I fear things are afoot. I see more and more of those, what do they call them, arbiters running up and down the streets. That can't be good. you be careful, and you get where you're going as quickly as you can, and take these biscuits with you, and thank you for everything you've done to ease this old woman's mind.
Can I do an insight on her? Does she seem a little bit suspicious?
Don't you dare, Brokos.
I don't
Do not
have to.
impugn Graham.
I didn't say that out loud.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I was kind of thinking the same thing. It was just
Yeah.
a little, it was just
Bastards.
a bit like,
You heartless bastards.
Is that okay, or
Yeah, of course.
okay.
You can.
I got a 24.
Wow. So you definitely have the sense that she is 100% in the Baron's camp. You know, she's nice to you because she's just kind of feels like you guys are working with Joffrey or friends of Joffrey's and
Mhm.
know about the Baron, and and she's just kind of, she's going about her thing, doing her thing. And she really appreciates all you've done to help her with Joffrey, but she really believes that you guys were friends of his, and part of this
Mhm.
um whole thing that's going on, she doesn't quite understand it.
I found it strange the door was slightly open.
Yeah, she was just sweeping stuff outside. I just
Oh,
wanted to
sure.
it was just to make you worry.
yeah, see what you would do.
Okay. Thank you.
So actually, real quick, so the arbiters, are they, and maybe I can ask Grant, are the arbiters loyal to the Baron?
If you ask me, I don't think they are.
Hmm.
A lot of them were killed by the Baron. Well, their priests were anyway, and I'm betting they hold a grudge.
Hmm.
Because there was a lot of those people, and they were well equipped.
Yep.
So,
All right, well, thanks, Graham. We're out. Grab a couple more biscuits for the road, and
Biscuits for the road. All right. So you guys
Graham,
head out.
you keep yourself safe. You hear me?
I will, and you too. Take care of yourselves. And remember what I told you. Just get out of here as quickly as you can. I don't trust those arbiters.
Hmm.
so what?
Okay.
Once we're gone, a block or so away. So do we try to involve other parties, such as the arbiters? Could they help us also?
The more help we could have, the better.
Yeah.
And any foe of the Barons could be an ally.
So we'll
not
oh, go ahead.
No. I was just saying not grandma, not gamma.
Yeah. She's she's very nice, obviously very loyal, but obviously on the wrong side of this thing as far as, probably you guys are concerned. Even though you were not enslaved at any point, you have come to, I'm assuming, empathize with that cause.
Yes.
So you walk toward the border of High Cobble, Old Town, and Horncliffe, kind of musing about this situation. And along the way, you run into a group of arbiters led by High Magistrate Baldric Greylock.
Just the man I was looking for.
And he stops his column of arbiters abruptly in front of you and, "Oh, friends, what's news? Have you found what you're looking for?" And then he kind of gives you a little wink, Kragar.
Yes, things are looking much better now.
Good to hear. Keltron felt your quest was just. I hope you continue to walk that path. And speaking of paths, I get the sense that you're heading out of High Cobble once again.
Well, probably, but I think we may want to talk to them. So I'll just we haven't agreed on this, so
When has that stopped you?
High Magistrate, can we have a word with you in private?
Absolutely. Yeah, come follow me. And then he takes you off to the side away from his group. And what can I do for you?
part of our mission here has been to uncover the secrets of spies communicating with the Baron. And we have found news that is of great import to all of us and the safety of the city.
Interesting.
And we will share some of the coded messages we found.
Oh, should we verify which side he's on first?
Well, if he's a follower of Caltron,
Yeah, I mean,
all of his friends were killed by the Baron, so
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to assume.
Okay. All right, that's true. All right.
yeah, with what you know, it probably makes the most sense. So he's like, that is grim news indeed. I'd hoped that we could hold this city and keep the Baron away until something. It's not for us to lead our people out of this predicament. I was hoping that someone else, maybe the old towners, the gladiators, or your friend Wolfknut might be involved in uniting us and leading us against the Baron and getting us true freedom. But with Core on the way, I'm afraid that is no longer an option.
Well, we haven't given up yet. We've got 1 week to take the Dreadgate.
1 week to take the Dreadgate. Well, I admire your spirit, that's for sure. And I can tell you, if you need assistance, let us know.
Indeed, this is why we speak to you. What aid, what swords, what spells can you offer to support our quest?
Well, primarily, I would like to see the people of Badragan led to freedom. Most of them are not equipped to handle a prolonged combat of any kind. But what I'm gathering from what you've just told me, there might be a chance if we could take the Dreadgate somehow, for sure. Or maybe there's another way to lead the people out of the city. If we had the means, we definitely would be willing to assist, at least to protect them as they left.
Well, we might have a backdoor in to the Dreadgate, but we still have to figure that out.
Ah, my, you have acquired quite a bit of information. Well, again, I will tell you, be careful who you share that with, and let us know if there's anything we can do to help. You can always send word to me. You just have to get a note or, reach someone on the front lines here. They will pass it on to me. Say it is for the High Magistrate.
If it comes to battle, will you stand at our sides?
That is difficult. Like I said, my preference would be to protect those that are trying to leave the city. But if battle is necessary to do that, we will be there.
Do you happen to know Lunella's split tongue?
I don't believe I've heard that name, no. Should I have?
Well, she might help us find the foreman.
The foreman? I'm not familiar. I mean, lots of foremen in this city, but
The foreman to the Dreadgate.
I did not know that was a position anyone held at the Dreadgate, but you have proven yourselves to be quite knowledgeable already. So?
Right.
Okay.
We thank you, High Magistrate. We will be on our way.
Yes. Watch for a word from us.
I will do that. And may I say, before you head out, I should warn you, something strange is afoot. We saw no Old Town patrols today, not a one. And our friends on the other side also appear to be missing. So be careful, okay? And may Keltron's righteousness guide you this day.
All right. We'll give our regards to Caldron for us.
What is this sign for Caltron's followers? What do they do?
I think it's a thumbs up.
Oh,
Is that it? Two
since I haven't
thumbs
come
up.
up with anything better, it's got to be a
It's
thumbs
finger
up.
guns.
Yeah.
Cross thumbs.
So yes, you make a little gesture to him, and he does something back and wishes you well.
No, I can't do it.
So what would that be said about Old Town not being guarded at all? Or there's those...
So we're
So
just
you
going to
kn-
march
No
across Old Town?
patrols.
Yeah, you know that like so Old Town's kind of in the middle at this point just before the bridge, and that area right on the edge of the bridge is kind of like a contested zone where all three groups come together. The Arbiters, Old Town, and then Wolf Canute's crew on the other side. So he told you that he hasn't seen anyone from the Old Town side,
Okay.
and Wolf Canute's guards also appear to be gone.
Hmm.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh.
So should we go see Wolf, or is that...
I think we should just head straight there. And if there is a greater danger there, we will face it, Brokos.
Head on.
Like the heroes that we have become.
Yep.
That's what you keep saying.
Keep saying it. He's gonna make you believe it sooner or later.
I was just looking for a gig, man, and now I'm here in the middle of this.
And yet greatness has been thrust upon us. There is so much more than just song. We will be the subject of the song, Brokos.
Okay.
I'm not really interested in being featured in a song.
Just change our names.
Oh,
Yeah.
Triss, the stanzas I have written about you.
So
All
I assume-
minor chords. Definitely.
all minor chords. Nice. So I assume you guys continue on.
Off to Wolf's.
You get to the edge of High Cobble, where a troop of arbiters stand stiffly at attention. Beyond are more streets, more buildings, but Baldric was right. It does seem oddly quiet. From this vantage, you can see across the broad roadway all the way to the edge of Horncliffe. You think you can make out a small barricade made of wagons and other debris, but there's no movement and no sign of Wolf Canute's guards.
Well, we will boldly move forward.
Stride through.
Just like just do a quick, a quiet jog.
Okay. You quickly but
I don't look
warily.
good jogging.
It's yogging, guys.
Jogging.
It's Silent
You know,
J.
the opposite of dawdling. Whatever. We're gonna move quickly. Double pace.
With
Okay.
deliberate speed.
You
Deliberate
make your
speed.
way across this contested portion of the city.
Speed
But-
walk.
For now, you appear to be the only people around. Upon arriving at the makeshift barrier blocking the road to Horncliffe, you do find it unoccupied.
Is
Great.
there any...
This is easy.
Does it seem to be there scuffle around there, or is there
Yeah, any signs of
tracks?
struggle?
Yeah, you guys can investigate if you want.
Oh no!
Oh.
Investigation.
really
So
good
again.
at that.
it.
We're very good.
Who's your lead investigator?
I got a
Obviously,
nat
am.
20.
Nice.
No way.
I'm the lead
Ah, there you
investigator.
Oh, well,
DSI, starring
18.
Alar.
Wow. You guys
we
both.
will each do an independent investigation. and
Yes.
compare our results.
Nice. So,
Well, I got a 21. How'd you do, Craig?
I got an 18 on that one.
Oh, that's not
I
bad,
mean,
man.
you both
You
did
guys
really
can
well.
argue at what happened here. Go off Sherlock and Watson.
No. It was the footprint went this way, so they acted that side.
Uh,
Look at the
Very
blood
good,
splatter.
Craigar, but what you fail to realize is
so inside a small shack off to your right, you find a hastily doused fire that still smolders in this windowless building. Beds, clothes, even food and supplies have been left in plain sight, as if the occupants made a hasty exit or expected a quick return. And in your investigations, you managed to combined find 4 tins of spiced meat, 2 hard loaves of very coarse bread, 5 candles, and a half bottle of that good Flossdale red wine.
What was the second one?
2 hard loaves of coarse bread.
And 4 cans of Spam?
Yep.
That's what I heard too.
Mm.
Here, Brokos, put these in your pack. Okay, what did we find about it? Any battle, any sign of struggle, anything like that?
No, it just looks like they left their post.
Hmm.
But obviously not in a planned fashion. Either they stepped out, thought they would be back right away, or and it does look like it's pretty recent with the smoldering fire.
And the road leading to the bridge, any signs of guard posts up there, anything? Just like
Nope.
empty and clear all the way to the bridge.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait, when you say the bridge to the Dread Gate?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that looks unchanged.
Can we see a
Well,
large?
Go ahead.
Can we see a large group of people? Like, can we see them, their movement at all, their footsteps, or kind of? I mean, a large group of people leaving at the same time would leave some kind of trail behind.
You do feel like you notice some of the more recent traffic headed up the hill into Horncliffe.
Okay.
So based on your investigation, you can definitely tell that if they went anywhere, they went deeper into Horncliffe.
They retreated.
All right, so we back up the supplies and we should make haste.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, you begin the easy ascent into Horncliffe. The well-maintained roads, wide and containing minimal debris, lead you back toward the broken mansions of the city's now departed elite. Turning on to the nameless path that leads you to the Flossdale vineyard, you are greeted by a familiar smell, smoke. But without a fire in sight, you sense that it must be the result of a large conflagration somewhere ahead. Your steps hasten involuntarily as you seek out the source of the fire, knowing too well that the vineyard is the only thing at the end of this path. You start to run, gaining speed uphill over treacherous terrain when you notice the first body. A man of middling years, his face caved in by something small and heavy, a warhammer perhaps, or possibly a sling stone. Beyond him is another body. This time it's a woman, a lean frame stretched awkwardly over a boulder, her heavily pockmarked cheeks covered in dirt and blood that weeps from a crossbow bolt stuck in her throat. Not pirates, someone else. But who and why? Just when you start to ponder it, you run across a dead pirate, curled into the fetal position with his hand still cradling the slimy loops of his innards. Ahead, more bodies, dozens of them, leading all the way to the manor, where a raging fire consumes various outlying structures. A small number of pirates can be seen through the smoke. They stand on top of the tower, dumping buckets of water onto the neighboring rooftop and grounds below.
Well,
So
that's disappointing. I was going to burn that down.
that was our job.
So there's no more fighting though. The fighting's over.
Well, looks like the fighting is over, at least from what you can tell.
But I still don't know who was fighting.
Perhaps we could ask the pirates.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should first help put out the fire.
Yeah.
So Triss will see if there's a bucket or something she can grab to help put out the fire.
Okay. As you approach, a few of the firefighters notice you, and shouts ring out. And within a minute or so, as you guys are gearing up to help put out the fire, a short figure emerges from the smoke. It's Haydn. His face is covered in soot, and his eyes are all red from the acrid plumes of smoke. He greets you with a smile that only seems to cover half of his face. Black day, a blasted black day. I hope you bring us news. Otherwise, I'm afraid Wolfcanute will burst into flames himself. Come, friends, come. Let's get inside and share what we know.
But Arvik, how is Arvik?
Are you asking him that?
Yeah.
Oh, he's fine as far as I know. We've got other things. We haven't been able to check on him, but I'm sure the lad is fine.
Tell me, did Skolavik burn to death in the fire?
Silver
No,
lining.
I'm afraid not. She ran with a few others, chasing after the group that did this. But come, let's get inside out of the smoke. Wolfcanute will want to hear from you.
What are we getting inside of? I
Yeah.
thought it was on fire.
Banner's on fire.
No, just the outline structures that they had kind of built, like the pens and the little shacks and stuff they had thrown up for animals and things like that. Or,
And is the greenhouse okay? Can we see it from here?
you can't see it from here, no. But there's no smoke coming from that direction or anything.
Okay.
So?
Okay.
Sure, we'll follow
let's
him.
go.
I mean,
Yes.
Follow? Okay. You get inside and you can see that you get back into that main room and Wolfcanute is, he's looking pretty upset, and Haydn ushers you in, and Wolfcanute barely pays you any attention. So Haydn starts talking, and he tells you a group of old towners and gladiators attacked the vineyard. They demanded your heads and their surrender, but the parley was just a distraction for others who were scaling the cliff walls, and they almost made it, but for the timely arrival of the border guards who saw their signal fire. Unfortunately, they tried to set everything aflame during the retreat, and they took some of the animals too, killed everything else. He said it's very dark business, very dark.
Oh.
He spits over his shoulder and sighs loudly, and then seems to perk up a bit and says, "What have you discovered? I heard you mention something about a spy." And then he winks at you and gives a knowing glance toward Wolfcanute, who also suddenly perks up. He says, "A spy? What's this about a spy?"
I thought they knew about the spy. I thought they were the ones who sent us.
Well.
Yeah. I think maybe Haydn did.
Haydn, yeah.
Okay.
And maybe he didn't tell Wolfcanute. Or maybe he did, and I'm misremembering, but he's interested in what you have to share about the spy.
There are still people within the city who are working for the Duke.
The Baron?
The Baron, sorry. We have managed to intercept some and decode some of the messages. It is very little. One of our most promising leads was unfortunately cut down.
It's strange how accidents like that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're
Jerry.
relaying all of the information, the notes and everything you decoded?
Mm-hmm. Might as well.
Sure.
Okay, so they're obviously, very concerned over the information you've shared. But Wolfcanute seems to, have snapped out of his stupor that he was in when you walked in. He's, engaged and thinking and trying to, you can tell he is actively trying to solve this problem. And so Haydn is, whispers to you as Wolfcanute's kind of talking it through, and he kind of leans over and whispers, and he's like, "Good work, very good work," and gives you another little wink. And Wolfcanute's rambling on when suddenly, there's a moment of silence, and Skolavig storms in, dragging an obviously scared and bedraggled man behind her. She flings the man forward and gives him a hard shove with her boot, which causes the man to sprawl onto the table. He slowly pushes himself up and looks around the room. Skolovig gives him another quick kick and says, "Talk." And the man says, "My lord, Wolfcanute, my apologies. I bring news from King's Point, where a ship of some unknown origin has run aground on the coffin nails. Your plan worked, my lord. It did. A brilliant plan it was." Skolovig scowls during the man's story, and she says, "Where did I find you?" The man's face turns bright red, and he slowly stammers, "Hiding, my lady, and my lords, hiding in the rocks. I saw a large armed group heading toward the vineyards, so I lied down between two boulders and waited for them to pass. I'm sorry, my lord, but what could I have done?" And Skolovig kicks the man hard again, forcing his legs to buckle beneath the table. And Wolfcanute raises a hand as if to call a stop to her sudden brutality. "Skolovig, do you not see that this man bears no slave mark, or bears a slave mark? For I do. He's not born of the sea. He's not a free man. You can't hold him to our standards. But," and he leans in across the table to make eye contact with the man, "now you know, coward. You take our food. You live as a result of our generosity. Next time, you will run to warn us, or you will stand and fight. Those are your only two options. Skolovig, see that he is fed, and send him on his way." And she bows with a curt, if somewhat disapproving quickness, and escorts the man out of the room.
So, Wolfcanute, if I may.
You may.
We have observed in some of our travels for you that you have a number of very intelligent and talented people who are working with you. Perhaps now is the time to seek some additional counsel from the likes of, I don't know, Freya and Hilda.
Nice. Working them in, bringing them back into the game. I like that. He nods very thoughtfully. He says, "Yes, those are wise words. They are strong, intelligent women, like yourself, I assume. But right now, I think we need to think about what we just learned. King's Point, there's a ship. The plan worked. I think Hilda would be useful in taking care of that situation." Would you be willing to go and talk to her for me?
Well, I think we're a bit more concerned with this assault needed on the Dreadgate. If we don't secure it, probably in a week, all will be for naught.
Yes, that is also true. We have many things to worry about. But this ship, without our food, without our animals, whatever was in this ship could be the only thing keeping us from starvation. We have a week, and if we plan to fight, if we plan to take the Dreadgate, we need to be fed. We need full bellies and strong arms to take the Dreadgate.
And what plans do you have for taking the Dreadgate? Have
Right
you
now,
done reconnaissance?
we have done some. There used to be supply lines that ran across the bay. Those are no longer there. We thought perhaps we could send a few men across that way, but they disconnected them on their side. There's a possibility we could, perhaps get a ship across or two into the other side, But still, it's not going to be enough. I don't think Freya has enough boats ready for that to happen. Plus the constant patrols from the Baron's ships. It would be dangerous, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But if a small strike force, one small boat could make it across
Under the
and
cover
lower
of
the
darkness.
gate.
Yes, if we had a shark that we could ride upon. And
Exactly.
so yeah, he's like, we've discussed this. It's kind of a last resort. I will have my vengeance on the Baron, one way or another. But I just want to make sure it's worthwhile, and I want to make sure that our people are safe.
Mm.
So what of the people from Old Town?
They need to be dealt with. I will
Okay,
worry about that.
So the Dreadgate, Old Town, ship. What should we do first?
It's all coming together.
No,
I mean-
no, it's not coming together.
You have
like
us-
it's a lot of loose ends.
We got a lot of a big honey-to-do list here.
Yeah.
There is a big list.
And then there's the ever-present problem, at least for me, of what's her name, Vash,
Mhm.
Commander
Mhm.
Vash.
Yeah.
We got the Were Rats Guild, you know.
Where is Guild?
We've got
Yeah.
10 whole episodes to figure it all out. So
Oh,
Okay, so you want us to figure this ship out?
what are we
I-
figuring out
Look
with
at
the
this.
ship? Aren't we just telling Hilda? We go tell Hilda, you deal with the ship, and then we go on.
Hayden would
Yes, we are running yet another heroic errand.
Yeah. Hayden he leads you aside, and he would like it if you guys checked out the ship.
Hmm.
He thinks that Hilda is probably going to be busy restoring the lighthouse to its proper whatever.
Mm.
And that would be crucial too.
Okay.
Very well.
Yeah.
I feel that you are underutilizing heroes of our caliber. We are not mere messengers, and
Well, he wants you to personally retrieve the supplies that they'll need to fight the battle. Seems pretty important.
could you not hire some drovers to cart things back up the hill?
You could, yeah. You can stop in with and talk to Hilda and get some help if you want for the hauling and all of that.
So how about I turn into a shark and I just take you guys into the Ashwood Forest across?
I can't go
One
there,
at a
man.
time.
Oh,
You
you're
might
not allowed
forget
back there.
I can't go back there.
Oh, sorry.
I got a warrant out from IRS. So
Oh.
it's- yeah.
Yeah.
I know this halfling that might take care of that for you.
Yes, I don't care. There's literally nothing keeping me here now.
Oh no! Oh no! Pull us back in. Well, perhaps we should plan this delivery for later tonight. Another investigation. And you want supplies so we can feed you, so you can be alive to send us on more errands.
Yes.
And then the Dreadgate, you're going to think about it in ways tactically to perhaps help us.
Yes.
Do you need us to pick up any alchemical prescriptions for you while we're out?
Or some milk.
Guys.
I will say this.
Oh, grumpy.
Auntie Agnes used to send me on a lot of fetch and carry missions.
Yeah.
And
You know
how's
what-
she now?
Yes, exactly.
Where's she now?
Mhm.
I'm sure she's fine.
What happened to her?
I killed her. That was the whole cup thing.
Well, if
Yes,
you guys-
I knew that. That's why I
that
was trying
that.
to be.
Oh, Oh, it was
Yeah.
Ray.
I don't think, but Kregar did not, so I had to catch him up again. Mhm.
Perhaps if you need milk and supplies, I mean, I can turn to a cow for a couple hours. You can milk me. And...
Brokos, no, buddy, no.
What?
That sounds awesome.
I mean,
No.
that raises a question. You know, if you can
You're right.
change your gender when you change
Oh,
form.
I don't.
Oh,
don't
that's a
see
good
why
point.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
I mean, can you turn into a cow or are you just a bull?
No, I can turn into a cow. I mean,
Yeah,
who's to
why
say I
not?
can't?
I mean, I'm just curious. What's the limits?
I'm a druid. I don't see genders like you do.
So you're gender a gender fluid druid.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay, it was just a suggestion. Sorry. Go
I'm
get your
trying not
food
to laugh,
supplies.
but then you said it, and I was just like, I can't. I
It was in
can't.
my head. It had to come out.
Right. That's okay. So now I'm sweating again.
So let's go. So we're gonna wait for night for this because it's early in the day. I'm guessing, right? Because we
should
left.
just go.
We should just
Go. Just
Let's
check
go.
it out.
We'll go by the greenhouse and make sure Arvik's okay.
There
and
you
then
go.
we'll
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
That
So
was just that was just for you, Alar.
yeah. So Haydn is very thankful that you guys are going to go and do this. This is important.
Mm.
You know, if one of the Baron's ships ran aground, it's probably going to have a lot of supplies, but probably could still have a lot of soldiers and things that need to be dealt with. And
Not as important as picking up Wolf Canute's dry cleaning, but
and so they'll try to think of a plan and think of some way to deal with the Dreadgate as they're trying to figure out how to piece all of this together. And he's walking along, chatting to you as this is happening, and you guys make your way to the greenhouse, and you get to the greenhouse, and no one's there.
What?
I will call out.
So you're calling out for Arvik
Mm-hmm.
And the barnacle.
And
and
Barnacle.
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 After a few minutes of searching and calling, you finally do hear barking.
Mm.
We will rush towards the barking.
So you rush towards the barking, and you get kind of down into the wooded part of the hill, and you see Barnacle kind of dancing around this tree, barking madly. Sort of runs towards you and runs back to the tree, runs toward you, runs back toward the tree, and seems really torn about something. And as you approach, you get there and you see the lifeless form of Drake Flossdale, lying on the ground, and looks pretty beat up, if not dead.
Let's
Sorry.
check him and see.
Who is he?
He was the owner of the
The
vineyard.
owner of the
That
And
you
you
Oh,
didn't
the guy
know
without
his
the
leg.
leg.
without
Without
the
the
legs.
legs,
and
And
we bared his life. Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do
it's been a little
Can you
while.
a medicine check on him and just
Yeah, he is. Why don't you roll
19.
19? So he has, from what you can tell, he's barely hanging on to life. His pulse is very faint. He looks like he took a pretty serious blow to his head. You can see a spot on the side of this tree where it looks like someone just kind of tossed him and smashed him up against this tree. And then he just kind of slid down, and Barnacle presumably has been here watching over him.
Barnacle, where's Arvik? Where's Arvik? Barnacle, where's Arvik? And then I'm gonna try to use my Erdwism kit to just at least to stabilize him.
Okay. So you do manage to stabilize him. Haydn looks kind of beside himself. He's very upset, and he's, kicking himself like, I should have checked on him sooner. It was just so much was happening. There's so much chaos and the fire. I should have sent someone to check on him. I should have sent someone.
Yeah, if only someone had suggested it to you.
Yeah. And
Half an hour ago.
Suggested, yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe before we left, we told him to keep an eye on him. But,
Good. Yeah.
and he kind of said he would, but I guess people's words don't always mean what they mean.
High standard.
If I like Barnacle, where's Arvik?
I mean, he's a dog. He's a good dog. Maybe not the smartest dog.
He won't understand if I say, where's Arvik?
He just kind of barks more excitedly, wags his tail. And
if you turn into a dog, can you talk to him?
No, but I do have speak with animals. So I will cast speak with animals.
All right. So you have a lengthy conversation with Barnacle, and Barnacle basically, obviously in dog words, lets you know that a group of bad smelling people came to the greenhouse, and they took Arvik and Drake. And Arvik was carrying Drake around at the time. And Arvik refused to fight. Barnacle, tried to bite him. He makes sure that he lets you know that he tried to bite him and tried to fight him off, but they just kept kicking him away. And so he followed them, and they led Arvik away. And at some point, Drake had pulled out a small knife and tried to stab one of the bad-smelling people. And that's when they unbuckled his harness, took him, and just kind of threw him against this tree and left him there. And looks like there's a little bit of a scuffle. Arvik obviously did not like that, and Barnacle tried to bite him again, and then he just had to watch as they led Arvik away, and Barnacle stayed with Drake.
I'm going to ask Barnacle, could you help us find Arvik? Can you smell? Can you help us find him?
Follow his trail.
Track.
Yeah. So he'll bark and wag his tail, and yeah, he's ready. He can go.
Because he's no use here. I mean, there's no one to watch him. We're going to watch him.
Okay.
Well, we'll just tell Haydn to take care of Flostel, and then we'll go.
Change of plans.
We'll get to the boat later.
Okay.
I'll relay whatever he said to everybody else.
Okay. So you pass that on, and Haydn, he's like, yes, of course. I'll send for people to take care of Drake, and you guys let me know if there's anything we can do. Go after him. Barnacle, good boy. Barnacle, good boy. And then he scritches the dog a little bit, and then you see him kind of start huffing and puffing back up the hill.
And me and my youth, my anger, will look at Haydn and say, if Arvik dies, his blood is on your hands. I'll try to be tough and rough,
Yeah, he's like, I accept that. I do. Trust me. I would be the first one to want to end my life if something were to happen to the boy. So, again, my apologies. Thank you. And then he takes off, huffing and puffing up the hill.
All right.
Okay. We will follow Barnacle.
Let's follow, yes.
Okay. So Barnacle leads you down this sort of meandering path, and you, strangely enough, as you're passing through the town, the route is very familiar. you pass by, homes and shops, and there are fewer people around, and you can definitely tell that some group, like this group obviously met up with the larger group as they were retreating, and left a little bit of chaos in their wake. Some broken windows and some, scared children, and all the typical signs of people who passed by and had violent intentions, and so you kind of get the sense that this is everyone saw the old towners pass this way.
Hmm.
And eventually you end up at the candle shop.
I saw this coming.
And you're there at the candle shop, and you can see that this is where, the dog is taking you. Goes back to the, little furnace area where the secret entrance is to the sewers below. Starts sniffing around it for a while, starts scratching at it and barking at you. And this is where they went.
Should have sealed this off.
Yeah.
Good boy, Barnacle.
So he's barking, and what are you guys gonna do?
Well, it was nice knowing him. We should probably go to that ship.
Mm-hmm.
Kragar, no. We will save our friend. Our job as heroes is to protect all the innocents. And is there any more innocent than poor Arvik?
I don't know.
Uh,
What I do know is
question.
they probably took him on purpose to lure us there.
Don't make me moonbeam you again.
And they will regret luring us there.
I
Just
love
like with Wolf Canute, they have underestimated us. And if
Right.
this gives us a chance to rally them to our cause against the Baron, all the better.
Yeah.
So we'll slide it open. I'm going to tell Barnacle, guard this. Stay here and guard.
So
Bark
you
if there's trouble.
try to slide it open, and it does not open.
So they have sealed it.
The
What is it made out
mechanism
of?
doesn't seem to be working like
What is it made out of? Stone?
There was stone, but the mechanism itself was metal underneath this.
Well, I have a new cantrip called Mold Earth, where I get to move stone.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So if a target in an area, you can choose a portion of dirt or stone that I can see within range, and if it fits within a 5-foot cube, I can manipulate one of the following ways. I can loosen it, break it apart. I can
Okay.
excavate it like a badger. And I can basically, if the dirt or stone target is on the ground, I can create it into difficult terrain. But yeah, I can move it along the ground and slide it around.
Perfect.
5-foot cube.
Okay. So you're going to do that?
Yep.
So the stone, kind of the furnace part of it, crumbles apart however you end up doing it, leaving only this metal mechanism, which you can see that someone had just jammed like a, broken blade of a dagger is kind of wedged in there and prevents it from opening or engaging the mechanism. So, very easy fix. You pull it off, but you don't even need it because all the stone is gone. So you can just walk on down.
Did Barnacle seem to understand our commands? My command?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Good boy.
seems to be a good boy.
I'm going to give him a little treat.
All right.
A little ration.
Some spiced meat.
Bam.
Some spiced ham.
Yeah. Not a sponsor.
We wish.
Just want to point out
Yeah.
that there's probably more of those rat creatures down here. And if somebody gets bit, we're going to have to drink from the cup again.
Well, we've
this
learned a
is-
lesson. Only the person who actually gets bit will drink from the cup.
Right.
Yeah, that was our mistake. My bad. My
big
bad.
mistake. Big mistake. All right. So you guys are heading down into the sewers?
Indeed.
Yes.
Awesome. So you make your way down into the sewers, and it's like deja vu. The smells, the sounds, and unfortunately, that's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice work.
Are we forcing you away from your plot, Jerry?
No, well, I figured it could go either way. So I sort of had plans, you know.
Certainly would one think that if we were how we felt about Arvik, that we would protect him and hunt,
It all kind of hinged on whether you got caught up with a, another mission and, but, I figured you would be sort of reluctant to take on another errand quest. And so that was anticipated. And,
Okay. Because
so
you're right.
you can call them quests. We'll call them errands. It's this.
I mean, to be fair, though, the ship was probably a lot more important than the Arvik, but
no,
heroes are fickle.
The ship is important, but you know what?
There's a cool piece that
I figured.
I had written for the ship part, but
it doesn't mean that we can't do it. It's just right now, Arvik is more important to me than what Wolf Knudsen needs.
Yeah, no, and this is totally in keeping with your characters for sure. You've been pretty protective of Arvik, and someone came, and so it all just kind of hinged. I figured it hinged on whether you took the time to check on Arvik or not. And I actually had it written where if you asked the right question, that Wolf Canute would kind of prompt you to, go and check on Arvik. But so I figured this could happen.
Okay.
You guys are, despite being evil and whatever you claim to be, well, Rhaegar did want to leave him, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But no, you guys are tender hearts.
I think he's just afraid of getting bit by another rat.
It's a reasonable fear.
He wants to get bit by a wolf.
Yeah.
Not a rat.
The bear really
is.
More,
okay.
Wants to save himself.
It ties in.
Well, I can turn into a bear and bite you, but you won't turn into a bear.
A bear bit me. Yeah.
Bear bit me.
Did not work. Well, great job, you guys. You have moved things along quite a bit, and I know it probably seems like there's a lot going on, but it'll
certainly
all start coming together.
I hope it falls like dominoes.
All right. Well, next time we'll find out if that happens. So until then, have a great week.
Peace out, everybody.
You too.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Bye.